What's going on, guys? This is Trade Runner with Trading Analytics, and today we had some immaculate moves on SPY, as well as the other major indices like QQQ, IWM, and major players such as NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, and Apple, all running different types of races today, so to speak, right? And as you guys know, we've been charting SPY very heavily the last few weeks, and just kind of preparing for the inevitable bull run that we believe is going to happen in the to close out quarter 4, right? And as you can see, just looking at the chart, first thing I want to draw attention to is look at the trend line that I drew for SPY. This is on the daily chart, dating all the way back to last year, right? And if you see, there's a specific trend that's going on that has been pretty consistent throughout the entirety of 2023. And you can see following these arrows and along with the trend line, we have a retracement followed by a bounce to a new high, followed by a retracement, followed by another bounce. And that cycle has repeated literally every single quarter for the last 12 months. Okay. So this trend line here is one of the reasons why we've been so bullish overall. And link to our initial video is actually going to be up here. You can check it out in the top right corner of your screen. Just to kind of see what we're tracking on SPY and what we've been trending for and why we've been identifying that range as the particular impetus for the launch point for the bull run, right? So looking at it over the last few months, you can see that every time we have a significant pullback, we have that is immediately followed by a tight consolidation, a bounce either on a double bottom range or after a gap fill, which as you can evidence here in March, we had a massive gap up. Then we had another one here in July, and we had a gap down that we're actually working towards filling on the most recent time frame of the daily. So looking at SPY, you can kind of see where we're identifying why we think 460 is actually going to be in the cards relatively soon. Seeing as how we closed the day over 432. And according to this trend line, the next step, once we get past this level here, we're going to break through our clear areas of support and resistance on their EMA levels. Because we've been bouncing pretty much consistently within a set range, right? Each time we had a retracement, it's been a rejection from the upper end of the Bollinger Band. Every time we've had a bounce up, it's on the lower end of the Bollinger Band, as evidenced by this trend line here, right? You can see the red arrows and the green arrows. But what's happening right now? Well, we got another bottom of the Bollinger Band bounce, but now we're heading through historical support on the EMA 200 and the EMA 20, which happen to be crossing at a very key level. Now, for those who are a little bit new to the charms of technical analysis, over in our Discord server, we talk about different chart patterns and what they mean. You can actually find a link to the Discord in the description of this video as well as in our channel bio. So feel free to check that out. But we see the formation of what's called a golden cross when the slowest moving average crosses the fastest moving average on an upswing. And so should SPY be able to hold its current trend and the volume holds the way it's been looking like it's going to hold over the last few days, we're going to see a push past this level here. And once we get that 435 range, we mentioned several times in our previous videos, linked to another one will actually be up here as well. You can see that once we get that gap up to 435, 438 is the next range that we'll be aiming for. And once we get past the level of resistance at the 438 range, we should be able to get to 445 with no issues. After 445, a small gap up here on the daily should push us towards 450, 453. And then our next area of key resistance near the upper end of that Bollinger Band would be around 460 as evidence here. So that's what we're looking at over the next few days on SPY. And it's really exciting to kind of see how it plays out. And that's why it's so important. And again, we tell this all the time on our Discord server, when in doubt, zoom out, because the charts will tell the story no matter what is going on within the marketplace. Now, granted, we've had a lot of catalysts in the marketplace, such as the impending war that's going on overseas. And the U.S. is likely involvement soon. I mean, military stocks like Lockheed Martin and things like that have gone haywire. They rocket through the roof, and then we have oil tickers being extremely volatile as well. So something to be very excited about in the next few days, because as stated again in our previous few videos, that we think that near the end of this week, we're going to begin our bull rally in earnest, heading into our Santa Claus rally. Now, we have a couple of major factors going on tomorrow and Wednesday as well throughout the rest of this week. So on an economic standpoint, we have FOMC meeting, CPI, and PPI. Okay, so we have all three of those major catalysts this week. But on the commercial side, for the consumers, I should say, we also have a big event going on Tuesday and Wednesday, which is Amazon's Prime Day, their second Prime Day of the year. This is the first time they've done two Prime Days in a single calendar year. Usually they just do it in June or in the summer. I mean, June or July, whichever, I can't remember. But now we're getting another one in October. And what that's going to do is that's likely going to send shares of Amazon stock trending upwards as well as more people going buy volume of that. And Amazon's going up, you have things like that are tangentially related to Amazon, such as its competitors. You're gonna have things like Apple and Google, which people buy those products off of Amazon. You're gonna have Microsoft going to haywire as well, because Microsoft is another thing. When I say we have all these events going on, it's insane, right? We have Microsoft's event going on this week as well with their AI news. So that ticker already started its run. I mean, you can see here we actually alerted that in our server last week for a potential swing that ended up returning over 170% before the swing even played out. So this is our Friday, right? So imagine what just getting on the ticker would look like, right? And you see Google, another trade that we took today, over 50%, or 48% here. But the big winners today were the indices, SPY and QQQ, both over 100% in our server. And I think that this is going to be the early makings of our bull run that we've been alluding to over the last few weeks. So to put it in a nutshell, this trend line that SPY has been on has been outlined for basically over the course of a year since we hit our lows last October, right? And so now we've been following a consistent trend on upswings, retracements to the lower end of the Bollinger Band, bounces off of that trend line, shoots us up to the upper end of the Bollinger Band, and retracements slowly and steadily as we get our higher lows and higher highs throughout the rest of this chart. So again, I'm thinking the next few weeks we're going to be seeing 460 very, very soon. I would probably pinpoint that number by around mid-November. And if as long as our trend continues to hold, if we get the push that we're looking for, we can see 445 by the end of this week. As long as we get that gap up past the 435 range to 438, and we're able to hold the volume trend from there. But that's just our SPY update for this video. I'm not going to kill you guys too much with any more technical jargon and things like that, but just know we're in a very key area right now, a key support. As long as that golden cross formation holds, we are looking to be in very, very good shape. So that being said, I've been Trade Runner. This is Trading Analytics. Link to our Discord will be in the description of this video, as well as in our channel bio, so come over and check that out. It's we have a lot of good resources to teach you things like technical analysis as well as overall charting. So feel free to stop by and give us a look. But thanks for watching, guys.